So cold has nothing to do with neck pain.
No.
Sometimes I always
Now, if you have other symptoms, like if you have flu-like symptoms,
okay, it's possible.
you can have headaches, neck pain, but those are usually not just isolated neck pain by itself. We're talking about isolated neck pain for now.
Okay. Hello, everyone. So let's talk acute neck pain today. So on to you, Dr. Sanusi.
Okay. Thank you, Francisca.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Acute neck pain, we do have that as a common concern. Parents come in and say, my child woke up this morning and their neck is hurting. And a lot of times the child has torticollis. Basically, the child is holding the neck one way and can't move it because it hurts so much. So usually there'll be a history that the child was either at a playground yesterday bouncing around or riding a dirt bike or just having a good time at a bazaar or something the day before. And acute neck pain, especially if the child has no fever or no headaches, no vomiting or changes in behavior, acute neck pain usually is musculoskeletal. Basically, it's the muscles of the neck that have been sprained or strained or overused, and then the child wakes up with a crook in the neck, as we like to call it. So most times when children come in, we get the history, and then you also want to make sure that you get a good exam for the child. History is the most important on making us know whether we need to worry or not. Now, you have conditions like meningitis where children might have neck pain, but that's usually associated with high fever. Sometimes the child has altered level of consciousness, and the child is not looking at you and smiling, well, apart from when they move the neck. So most children that have meningitis, there's usually a history to support that. So with acute neck pain, if the child is just complaining about neck pain but does not have any other symptoms, what we usually do, some people might do an x-ray just to say, oh, let's do an x-ray. Generally, x-rays are not needed if there's no other concerns. And when we do an exam, most times the pain will be localized to either the right side or the left side, and it's usually on the side of the neck most times. And as long as the child doesn't have any other symptoms, usually we examine from head to toe. If they don't have any neurological deficits, they're not numb in their fingers or anything else, we usually just recommend rest. It's usually a strained or it's usually sprained neck muscle. And it takes about anywhere from 3 to 4 days for it to get better. We usually recommend just a over-the-counter ibuprofen or paracetamol, whatever pain reliever that parents want to use. No aspirin, because we don't recommend aspirin for children because of the effects on the liver. So as long as you give the child pain medicine and they don't and they rest it, sometimes a cold compress might work, sometimes a warm compress might work. You get a washcloth, put it in cold water and just put it on the neck. That helps. Or you get warm water and put it on a washcloth and roll it up, put it on the neck. Either or, it helps. And as long as the child gets better and there's no other symptoms, then you don't need to worry. And we don't recommend going on the trampoline at that time, because that can make it worse. So really just rest, cool compresses, warm compresses, ibuprofen. Ibuprofen is always better, is much better than paracetamol or Tylenol. And as long as there's no other symptoms, usually the child will get better in 3 to 4 days. And if it's not better in 3 to 4 days, follow up with your pediatrician so they can just check and make sure that you're okay.
So I've had situations whereby parents would be like, oh, this child keeps putting on the fan, I don't know, all this superstitious belief that the fan gets into the neck and it becomes stiff or like it's painful. Is it possible? Is it right?
No, it's more of
assumption.
Yes, it's not.
Or sleeping on the wrong side of the neck. Is it possible?
Well, yes. When we sleep, we lose muscle tone. And sometimes if you're sleeping, your neck and your head, remember that the head houses the brain, and sometimes the neck muscles can be stretched abnormally when you're sleeping. So yes, a lot of children can also have neck pain when they sleep on the wrong side or they don't sleep right. So it's always nice to have a pillow support. And then you can also get those C-pillows that will just help to prop your neck up when you're sleeping, so that you don't end up having like a strain of the neck muscles.
Okay.
Yeah, and a lot of children, they've not had any activity the day before, but they wake up with that pain in the neck, and most times it's because of loss of muscle tone when you're asleep. And there's really nothing to do apart from just wait it out, and it usually gets better in an average of 2 to 3 days, but sometimes up to 4 days. As long as they're better on the 4th day, we're good. If they're not better, follow up with your pediatrician.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So cold has nothing to do with neck pain?
No.
Oh, sometimes I always...
Now, if you have other symptoms, like if you have flu-like symptoms,
okay, it's possible.
you can have headaches, neck pain, but those are usually not just isolated neck pain by itself. We're talking about isolated neck pain for now.
Okay.
So that is a common reason we see children in the office, and it's nothing to worry about as long as there's nothing else associated with it.
Oh, so when do you get those neck support, those really heavy ones? What are they for?
Usually there's an injury, a neck injury. So if you've, well, that's a good question. If you've been in an accident, for instance, and you were hit from behind, you could have whiplash because your head has gone forward and gone backward, and sometimes it can cause severe pain. So those are those are collars, C-spine collars, and those usually you can wear them for comfort. We don't do that a lot in peds. We do it more in adults. But most times, that's when there's a significant injury associated with the neck pain. If they're waking up with just neck pain, then there's nothing to do apart from just keep an eye on it and give pain relief. And usually they get better.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Sanusi. So if you've gotten to this point of this video and you've not subscribed to this channel, you know what to do. Please click on the subscribe button and don't forget to turn on the notification button so you get notified each time we put up a video. So until next time, see ya.
Bye.